watching me get box braids for the first time in my entire life as I'm in Ghana, and I was struggling a bit with the humidity, so I went to go to this hair appointment to get box braids. And first, we had to wash my hair and blow dry it. And after an hour of them working on my hair, I had to get up because I was so tired. I had to stretch. There were anywhere from 4 to 6 people working on my hair at a time, but I was literally falling asleep. Anyway, it took less than 4 hours for them to get all of this done. Tip included, it cost less than $70. It was such a good deal. I got boho braids. This is the final result, you all. I was so in love with it. This was immediately after, so the hair is still wet, but over the days you can see how the hair dried and it was so beautiful. I love it so much. Anyway, I don't know how to take care of boho braids. So if you have any tips that can help me, leave them in the comment section. It is greatly appreciated. Bye. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, hello, welcome. This is Essential Patience and I am Patience. Today's video I'm actually filming it in my closet because of the lighting issue. It's winter time, you know, the sun gets up and sets at a different time. With Texas weather, you don't know if the day's going to be sunny, if the day's going to be cloudy. It's just been a whole lot of changes, and filming by my window has just not been the absolute best when it comes to predicting what the lighting would look like. I live in a one-bedroom apartment. There's not but so many places that I can film, and I'm still trying to make sure the lighting is presentable. And hopefully as my channel grows and I grow in content making, it will get better. I'm learning more and more every day. So hopefully you don't mind me filming my closet for this video, but I wanted to talk about the box braids that I had for about 2 months and if they were worth it. As you can see, they're out right now. I went and got a silk press, and as I've given it some time, I'm now trying to reflect were they worth it, how was my experience, and do I overall think it's a good style for hair growth. So if you don't know, I went to Ghana and I got box braids. I got them done on October 16th when I was on a 2 weeks vacation in Ghana, and it was such a good experience overall with getting them and having them. But I wanted to go over some major points and things that I noticed because that was my first time getting box braids or doing anything with hair that wasn't mine. How did I feel about it? Let's start with the pros. Number one, my hair was always done. Like waking up and my hair being done in a nice style as well. It's not like when I do my mini braids or my mini twists. I mean, I love those as well, but with box braids, they look nice for longer. Even after washing and several weeks, they still look really good. Even when I took my hair out, I could have probably kept them in for another month and it would have looked just as good if I put some mousse in there and other ways of maintaining it. But I wasn't trying to do all of that. Instead, I just decided to take them out. Waking up and my hair being done is not a feeling that I'm always used to when my hair is out because it's natural. I just have to most of the time do more. And if it's in mini braids, mini twists, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, is it presentable? Is it not? But I really enjoyed having my hair done every morning that I woke up with my box braids. The second thing I noticed was that it was easy to wash. Now, there was a little bit of issue with trying to wash them, but overall, like, it was easy to get to my scalp. I washed them about 2 or 3 times. I deep conditioned them whenever I washed them as well, and then I just moisturized my hair back up. And it was not that hard. Was it hard that if I had mini braids or mini twists? Definitely. But the braids did not unravel. Nothing drastic happened. Like, it was such an easy wash. I didn't have to retwist, rebraid, redo anything to my hair. The whole wash day process was fairly simple, and it was never too much time I would have spent compared to doing it on my own natural hair. In fact, this leads to the third point, which was that it was very low maintenance. I enjoyed it even more because of that. When I woke up, it was done. When I was going to bed, I only had to put them into 4 sections of twists, pop them under my bonnet, and bam, it was done. It was also easy to sleep in, even though it was on the longer side. So I got it past my waist to almost like hip length, and they were still in great condition when I just took it in the morning to do with boho braids. I saw some people were like, oh, you have to like redo the curls every single day. I never had to do that. Whenever it was wash day, I did spend extra time on the curls, but that was about it. Or when I moisturized. Beyond that, nothing at all. It was fairly simple. The next thing was that it looked presentable all the time. I had never had box braids before, so I wasn't exactly sure what styles to do. I wish I'd done more with the styles than I actually did. I had all these styles that I planned, and then when I got the hair, I really didn't do much. Most of the time I just wore them down, maybe a ponytail here and there, but it always looked nice, so I didn't have to do much with it. Maybe it's just because of the style itself. Boho braids are really pretty on their own, and I got compliments all the time, even all the way up to the week that I took my hair out, because they always looked presentable no matter the settings. I wore them to work, I wore them to church, I wore them when I was just hanging out with friends. So it was just a good style overall no matter where I was. Next is that it was a protective style. Now, how protective it is debatable. I'm still questioning it, but it was one of those styles where my entire hair was encased. I didn't have to continue to manipulate my hair over and over again for the 8 weeks I had them in. And the last pro was that I just liked it. I liked it, maybe even loved it. It was something that I definitely was hesitant in doing, but looking back, I'm glad I did it. Now, with all these pros, there were some cons. First, starting with even when the hair was being installed, you all, that was the longest hair appointment I'd ever had. And getting my silk press took almost 3 hours. That hair appointment took about 4 hours, maybe a little bit more. And it wasn't even just installing, because they also had to wash it. And I have quite a bit of hair, especially compared to what they were used to. So just washing, the detangling process and everything took a long time. So it took about an hour just for the wash and then the blow dry. And then once they started installing it, it took a long time, even though at any given point there were 4 to 6 people working on my hair. I am so glad that that many people were working on my hair, because had they not been, I'd have been in that chair for hours, maybe 8 to 10 hours, because I definitely wanted them to go past my hair. Currently my hair is at this length, so a bit on the longer side, and when it is in its natural state, it's obviously way more than it looks right now. It just took a long time. I was tired, I was sleepy, I just didn't know what to do. At some point I had to even get up and stretch, but you know what, it's all good, because it was worth it in my opinion when it comes to how long it lasted. The next con was that it felt heavy when I got up from the chair. When it was all said and done, I never had any additional hair in my head before. I never even worn a wig before. So I was just used to the weight of my hair, and now it felt like even more. It was at least an additional pound of hair added to my hair. And I know this because I stepped on the scale before I took my hair out, and I stepped on it after I took my hair out, and it was over a pound of hair. And so with that being said, I was not used to it at all. So it took a while. At one point my neck was tired. I would have to intentionally not like slouch my neck, just because it felt heavy. And at some point I even had to lie down, be like, oh my god, like, is this how it's gonna be all the time, till I got used to it. And whenever I wash my hair, oh my goodness, you would think that an additional 10 pounds of hair was added. It would just hold onto water and it would be so heavy. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it for that reason. But once it dried out, it went back to its usual weight, and I got used to it after having it in for a couple of weeks. So it wasn't that bad. It was just not something I was used to. The next con was learning how to maintain it, and this was specifically because of boho braids. I did not know I had to twist my hair in a specific way in sections before I went to bed. So the first week my hair got tangled. The extra pieces that were left out were getting tangled all the time. I had to cut several of them out even before the end of the week, because I didn't know what I was doing. And then I finally learned. So there is a bit of a learning curve. It's not a situation where you just know what to do. If you're gonna get boho braids for the first time, I'll definitely say look at videos about how to maintain it, because I did not know, and it took a little while learning. But I'll say at least 2-3 weeks in, I knew what it was about. The next one, and this one goes back to the protective styling. Is it really protecting my hair? It's just about keeping my hair moisturized. It has been encased in all of this other synthetic hair, because that's what I use. I use synthetic hair, and then the extra pieces with human hair. But I just didn't know if my hair was getting the moisture it need. When I did take it out, it looked a little dry. Well, it looked a lot dry, and I think it was not in its strongest state. I think that also had a lot to do with the installation of the hair, and maybe it wasn't moisturized as properly as it could have. But beyond that, I am suffering the repercussions of a bad hair salon visit from August. If you go watch my birthday vlog, I talk about it. But what that did to my hair, and it just set my hair journey back at least a year, because I don't think I really retained any hair this year because of that. I had a really bad hair appointment where the lady was supposed to blow dry my hair. She didn't do it well, and I also unfortunately asked her to trim. She trimmed several inches, and considering the fact that the hair was not well blow dried, it just caused a lot of damage to my hair. So I ended up losing several inches that she cut off, because I was like, oh fine, if you think you need to cut off 3 inches, cut off 3 inches. inches. Mind you, the average person grows anywhere from 6 to 9 inches of hair per year, and I'm not the type of person that grows 9 inches of hair, or at least retain 9 inches of hair per year. This is about 6 years of hair growth. So in the process of getting that trim, I essentially cut off all the progress I'd made within the first half of the year, and I had to come home and do more trimming and just detangle my hair, and so much hair came out. And then with the box braids, I wasn't able to moisturize the ends as possible, so they were kind of fragile by the time I took them out. And then I had to go for another trim. So I recently had to trim. The ends are looking way better. But essentially, I ended up almost retaining no hair. I'll have to do a length check. But looking at my pictures from last year and this year, I think this year my hair might be even shorter than last year. If not, maybe I retained an inch or two, but that's about it. I just wanted to take time to reflect as to if the box braids had something to do with it, or if it's just that bad blowout session I had in August. But definitely not for a while that I'll be going for another blow dry, because that was just a horrific experience. But let's get back to the box braids. I'll talk about it more in a different video I'm planning to film. So with the fact that I couldn't gauge how well my hair was moisturized, I just had to put in even more moisture, because I'm also moisturizing the synthetic hair, and I just didn't know how much was penetrating to my real hair. And mind you, I kept this hair in for 8 weeks. Was my hair just malnourished for 8 weeks? I can't tell. And beyond that, taking out the hair was a bit hectic. Luckily, I had some friends who came over to help me take out my hair, and it still took us over 2 hours to get it done. And had it not been for the 4 of us working on it simultaneously, I honestly don't know how long it would have taken me. Probably 6 to 8 hours, because I also have a hand injury, so I was extra slow. Out of all 4 of us, I probably took out the least amount of hair. I'm very grateful to them. Love you all. So with these pros, with these cons, will I get braids again? I love the boho braids. I have to say, I really love them. Am I willing to sacrifice possibly a few inches of my hair per year to have them in? I think so. I think I would just take better precautions, and since this was my first time, I just didn't know too much about it. But next year or the year after, whenever I decide to get my next set, I think I will just try to do the most I can to ensure my hair is in its healthiest stage before going into that appointment. Beyond that, I just think I will not overdo it. I think I might just do it once a year, maybe once every other year. And when I do get them done, I'll keep them in for anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks, because 8 weeks is still look good. I just didn't want to keep them in for too long in case it was damaging my hair. I needed to know. First time experience, and I had a great time having boho braids. I love them so much. So with that, bringing this video to an end. Thank you all so much. Let me know your thoughts on this. Are you a type of person that gets box braids? Do you get them often? And what has been your experience? Do you also know if they contribute to breakage of the hair? Let me know, because I'm really trying to figure this out. I will not be getting the box braids anytime soon, but I do plan on getting them again in the future. If you have any tips that can help me, I would appreciate them. Leave them in the comments section, and be sure to leave down your experience as well. And for those of you wondering, because I got the box braids in Ghana, it was very affordable. It was about $70, and I included a tip. The hair washing, everything was $70. Probably without the tip, it was still a good like $50. So honestly, I cannot complain about the price. Will I get them in the United States? I don't know, because $350 is quite hefty, and that's what I've gotten quoted for whenever I try to go get box braids. And I don't want to get something that's too cheap, because I know cheap things can be expensive, and definitely not the expense of my hair. If you have not already, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring the notification bell so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you all so much, and let me know what you think about my filming background. I might film more here. I might just go back to my usual spot once the sun gets back to its normal position. I'm still trying to figure that out. But thank you all again, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.